There's lots of jostling going on over there, Theresa. You know how I feel about jostling.
You know what? There you go. That's what you get.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Wednesday. That means it is Boss Up and List Day. And if you don't know what that is, then that means you're probably not in the Boss Facebook group, and you should be. So Wednesday is our virtual all-day listing party. Wednesday morning, I start a post. I tell everybody to, say what their goals are for the day to list. It's just a way for us to keep motivated and have a little camaraderie and stuff. And then at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every Wednesday, we do the Boss Up and List live show. And usually we have Victoria, but she had like a crazy amount of work to do today. She's got like 500 bazillion packages to ship out. And so, yeah, pretty much. So she ditched us. And so, but today we have Theresa Cox here. What's up, Theresa?
What's up, peeps? I'm up.
Susie Beach says that your rapper name is T Money.
I wish that was true. Okay, so here's something I want to tell. So I have 3,700 listings on eBay and close to 2,000 on Amazon. Guess how many sales I had yesterday?
I'm gonna say, well, I know the answer to this, so I'm not gonna guess. Guess, you guys guess out there in the chat world.
There you go.
Let's see if anybody has a guess. And Connecticut Girl says pants on Wednesday, right? And I would say you're wrong. You are wrong. Because you know what? I'm not wearing pants because I don't wear pants ever. Well, I wear pants sometimes. I do wear pants when I go out into the world because, I have a little bit of consideration for other people and their feelings. Maybe they don't want to see my awesome boxer briefs, okay? But when I'm home, it's no pants, all right? No pants. So for me, it's no pants Wednesday. Theresa, she probably has some pants on, I'm assuming.
I have shorts on, you're right. And my awesome eBay Open t-shirt.
Very nice. That's not just an eBay Open shirt. That's like an eBay staff shirt, right? That's eBay employee shirt?
Employee shirt, yeah.
Yeah, so Teresa's got the hookups, you guys. I see a few people have guessed numbers. Do you see over there, Teresa?
I see numbers, and you are right. All those people that said 0. And so why do I bring that up? I mean, did I get all worried and whiny and no, but I was talking to somebody whose sales are really slow, and I forget they have 360 items or something listed. And, I get it that people get discouraged because you see all these YouTube videos and stuff and people are making all kinds of money and blah, blah, blah. And so, I have almost 6,000 listings. I should have had a sale yesterday, but I didn't. So what did I do? I adjusted my prices. I listed some more. I tweaked some listings. I ended some, I just did a bunch of stuff. And I woke up this morning and I already have 5 sales today. So, it's like I don't sit there and spend 20 minutes whining to Facebook.
So in the words of Allison from Big Drift Thrift, you were not a crybaby pee-pee pants?
I was not a crybaby pee-pee pants.
Sometimes I am, though. I've had 0 sales days, and I will admit I get a little sad about it. But hold on a second. Hold on. Stop the press, you guys. Carrie Berry's mom, she's my kind of mom. She says no pants every day. And if she says no pants every day, then she means it. And she sent a super chat. That's super awesome. Carrie Berry's mom. I got a super chat song just for you, Carrie Berry's mom. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Come on. This is a good one. I want to super chat with somebody. I want to feel a super chat with somebody. I want to super chat with somebody. With somebody who super chats with me. How's that? I think that's pretty good.
I think that's pretty good. I think
maybe it was a little long. It might have been a little excessive. If Victoria was here, she probably would be poking me or giving me a side eye.
Stink eye.
I just through my head, even with my headphones in, I did hear the tail end of, I believe she said ridiculous. So
we need to work on your playlist. We need to get you some more super chat songs.
Hey, Wade's Ventures in the house right now. I'm not really sure how he has time because if any of you are subscribed to Wade's channel, he is pretty much doing live interviews with other resellers. I'm pretty sure he's doing like 10 of them a day. I swear, like his schedule is ridiculous. He has been interviewing people like crazy, and apparently he also has time to come and chat with us as well as run his business and bet on every sports team that's ever existed. So I'm not sure what's going on, but what's up, Wade?
Wait in the house.
Oh, Lorna, you are late. You missed the super chat. I'm sorry. But I will say that I haven't seen One Heck of a Thrifter? I haven't seen her in the chat yet. I do owe her one from yesterday that I totally missed, and I didn't realize it till the show was over. So I do owe a super chat. We'll see if we see her in the chat. I'll do that. But yeah, so sorry to get sidetracked, but yeah, it's going to happen. There's going to be 0 sales days, and there's going to be days like all of a sudden in the middle of the week, you're going to get a bunch of sales. Like Vicki I think she shipped out, I don't even know. How many did you have? She had 11. So that's quite a bit for, with the way that we both work with our stores, we go for higher average sale prices as opposed to volume. So 11 on a weekday in the summertime is kind of a big number. I had 6 that went out today. So, but yeah, so you never know when that's going to happen or why. There's kind of no rhyme or reason sometimes. It happens.
Yep.
It happens. So anyway, I was teasing. I was doing a little clickbaiting. I was doing a little bit of, getting people excited, hopefully, to come and watch the show. But this is something
my misery. You were
over Theresa's misery. Now there is a happy ending. However, Theresa, you recently got an email from Amazon, and it was a legit email. They sent you an email, and you pretty much had a heart attack. Please tell us what happened.
So this is why, everybody says I'm an eBay cheerleader, which is true. I love eBay for 1,000 different reasons. Does eBay have its issues? Yes. But here's the difference. John Lawson said this when we were in Vegas. He said the differential between eBay and Amazon is community. And it's so true, because something happens with eBay and it makes me crazy, but part of me is happy that said that you have Facebook, you have Instagram, and Twitter, and all these things where you can communicate with eBay. So Friday night, August 17th, at 10 o'clock at night, I get an email from Amazon stating that I'm no longer authorized to sell Adidas, and I have until August 18th to pull my items. So
okay, so real quick, tell us how many items you currently have, because you do FBA. So how many items do they currently have of yours that falls under that category of Adidas? And how many were you getting ready to send in?
Oh, I have I have baskets full of Adidas stuff that I sourced while I was in Vegas, and some stuff that I just had been waiting to send in.
At least like 100 units or something like that?
Oh, well over 100. Over 200 units.
How many do they have there in their inventory?
They had almost, when I went and looked, I had almost 300 units in Amazon of just Adidas. Now, I don't really talk about my Amazon stuff that much, just because I hate it, and I just do it because it's easy. It's easy in a lot of ways, but it's a pain in the neck. But most of my stuff is Nike. And so for everybody that wants to whine and complain about eBay, while I was at eBay Open, I got the email from Amazon about requiring invoices and receipts for all my Nike stuff. I sell probably 98% of shoes on Amazon, and probably 95% of those are Nike, and the other 5% are Adidas. So, and I had 1 week to get this information into Amazon. Well, I was gone for 2.5 weeks at Open, so there was no way I was getting home in time to do this. So just ridiculous requests like that. I did spend a lot of time on the phone with them to get an extension. I sent in the information that they want, which, by the way, was a huge time sink. And
you get this email though, and you automatically, it's like, this is going to affect 500 items basically. Like that's a lot. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of time invested.
Yeah, my Adidas cost of goods, average cost of goods is not as high as Nike, but it's still a significant chunk of money. And so, the bottom line is I reached out to, I did a bunch of stuff so that I would save all my listings and have the pictures so that if I pulled it back, I could list them on eBay easily. And then I reached out to the community. I waited the day to see what was still listed, and I reached out to the Amazon community and found out that it was only, what was it? I sent you the picture. The Leaf, the original Adidas, was the only thing that they were restricting from this letter. I didn't understand that from the email I got.
So the original email you got just said Adidas, like it didn't specify?
I think it said original Adidas. But I'm not as familiar with the brand, I guess, as I should be, because I didn't understand what original Adidas meant. And so I reached out to the community, and somebody sent me a thing showed 3 different Adidas logos. And the one that I can't sell is the leaf logo. Okay.
The
So I didn't know.
it's a trefoil one.
Is that what
It's
that's
like
called?
it's like the old school. And so you don't have any of those, any of the
Well,
Adidas originals?
I had no idea. Do I or do I not? I have no clue. So I just had to wait until after the 18th to see how many of my items were impacted, and none of them were. So, 24, 48 hours of just, oh my gosh. I mean, I don't panic just because I know I can offload them. I mean, I shipped 2 pairs of Adidas. I really like selling Adidas slides, and I shipped 2 pairs of them, an odd color to find, but shipped them on eBay today for $30 a piece. On Amazon, the race to the bottom, I'm lucky if I can get $20 a piece for them. Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, so it was a heart attack. I didn't really freak out.
So okay. So bottom line is it doesn't affect any of your 500 items that are Adidas. So you're able to continue to sell it. So yes, that's a relief. Yes, that makes what I was saying to you guys a little bit clickbaity. I get it. However, I mean, you could have been selling all Adidas original shoes. Like I have a bunch of Adidas in my eBay store, and I have a bunch that are Adidas originals. To me, this also just kind of shows that there's not really, who knows why they decide that they're no longer going to allow certain sellers. I don't know if that went out to all sellers that have Adidas originals or what, but to me, that's just the next step. And so what comes after this? Is it going to be the rest of Adidas? Is it going to move on to Nike? I mean, are they going to move to where, Theresa, you and I are really lucky in that we were selling shoes before they started kind of gating everything. So you and I are both kind of grandfathered in where we're able to sell. I don't really sell but stuff on Amazon right now, but I am able to sell Nike and Adidas if I want to. But are they moving towards potentially making it so they're only allowing people who have wholesale accounts? I don't know. But it just kind of shows you that, like, at any time, you could receive an email from Amazon saying, like, oh, sorry, we're not going to let you sell this anymore.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the feel in the community that Amazon is going to the way of the wholesale, and the retail arbitrage people, they're not happy with them. So, I mean, I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? But the bottom line is, people are all up in arms over a lot of changes that eBay is making and everything. But on the payment thing, eBay's given us 2 years to deal with this. Amazon gave me less than 24 hours. I mean, it's like, whine and complain, but eBay's very generous to its users.
Yeah. So I don't know. So I guess my whole thing would be like, if you're somebody who's like only selling on Amazon, you probably, you shouldn't be 100% in any particular platform or revenue stream. But if you are, you should probably be thinking about expanding, because you just never know. You don't want to be like, you're in a position where you already have an established eBay store. You've got probably, I'm sure, a decent amount of feedback in that store. So if you had to, like, yeah, it would be a pain, but you could call all that stuff back, list it on eBay, and hopefully you probably wouldn't make as much money on it on eBay as you do on Amazon with the shoes. But it's like you have that option. But it's just, you want to be careful.
It's interesting because I have my Amazon account that I do, just basically shoes. And I'm not really doing a lot of retail arbitrage just because I hate shopping, and I don't know, I'm just tired of dealing with Amazon. But I have another account with my brother under a different LLC, and we do a lot of wholesale stuff. And that account is only about a year, probably 18 months now old. Never an issue, not an issue, nothing to do with it. So, that's one of the reasons why it's a much newer account than my account, and it has no issues. So who knows? I mean, this is all guess and speculation, which I hate when people do that with eBay. So I really don't want to do it with Amazon, but I just did. So
yeah, but at the same time, it's like, that's part of the nature of like this business. It's like you're trying to run a business and you're doing it with limited information. And so, like Susie Beach asked if the letter said why. I mean, it didn't tell you why, did it?
No, it didn't. And I've had no zero. What do they call it when they think it's counterfeit? inauthentic claims. I've had 0 inauthentic claims on my shoe account, but still, I got this letter for Nike stuff, and I got this letter for Adidas stuff, and I sent them my information for Nike, and I got nothing back. And the deadline came and went for Adidas. Apparently, I have none of those Adidas originals in my stock, and you just kind of go on. But this is why I say people that want to get into Amazon, yeah, you can make a lot of money on Amazon, but it is not for the faint of heart. It is a roller coaster ride, and if you can't handle getting an email at 10 o'clock at night without stressing you out, then don't do it.
I mean, can you imagine if you're selling on eBay and all of a sudden you got an email saying, oh, by the way, we decided you can no longer sell any men's clothing? I'd be like, oh!
Yeah. And again, I was like, what? And because I haven't been on the Facebook group since open a whole lot, but, so I hadn't seen anybody else do this, and I didn't really know what was going on, but it's a big community, and, people reached out and helped me figure it out. And so then, I just moved on, and I will be sending in all the, the Adidas shoes that I sourced. And I'm not making this a priority by any stretch. So I need to I'm going to try to get them in the next week, because I can't sell them if they're not in. Right.
Right. And Jeanette Randall said the returns are crazy on Amazon. Yeah, sometimes, Theresa, you tell me what's going on with your returns, and it is crazy. Like, it is just nuts. Yeah.
I sell shoes. I sell shoes online, which means people can't try them on. And so guess what? My return rate is over 30%. I think last time I looked, it was at 33%. It might be even closer to 35 now. But every return costs me at least $10 to $16. So what does that mean? If I sell a pair of shoes for $100, Amazon might give me 80 or 85. And then when the item is returned, I don't get the 85 back. I might get 70 or 75. So they take out that $10, $16 return fee out of that. But do
you get your fees refunded?
You get some of the fees. Here's the thing. Amazon, I don't know, it takes a PhD to figure out Amazon's fee structure. So I sold 2 pairs of shoes last week. One was for $219 and one was for $250. And one fee percentage was 20% and one was like 26%. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know. So it's just kind of like people just do it because Amazon's too big. They don't care. You just deal with it.
Yeah, I hear you. Desi says the Amazon FBA video tutorials would be greatly appreciated. Listen, I only did FBA at the very beginning of my selling. Like, I still have some stuff there. I still have an account, but I haven't shipped anything in like 2 years. So I'm definitely not the person to give any kind of tutorials. Theresa does some, but she's not really, she doesn't really make videos.
I'm not passionate about Amazon enough to make a video about it. They're out there. Just Google it.
There's a lot of resellers out there who do specifically FBA and will be able to give you way more information than we could give.
And I'm much better at it than I am. I just dabble in it. I just do shoes and I just do it when I feel like it. And it's like, whatever. But I'm having a lot of success. I'm listing my shoes on eBay, and I can sell my shoes on eBay for less than I can on Amazon just because the fees are better. And I'm having really good success selling them off of eBay. So, I just may continue to do that.
Nice. And FBA, Susie, I mean, it's fulfilled by Amazon. It's where you send stuff directly into them. And then when people order it, they do all the shipping and stuff. So,
yeah. All right. Enough talking about Amazon. I hate Amazon.
All right.
Amazon never sent me a t-shirt. Look, eBay sends me t-shirts. I got my t-shirt.
That's why I did Amazon FBA when I very first started. And let me tell you, I was making money off it right away, but it just wasn't for me. Like, I like to do retail arbitrage here and there. It's fun to do. But I like having it mixed in with thrifting, and Amazon is really mostly about retail arbitrage unless you're doing like books and media and stuff like that. And I don't know, it just doesn't feel the same to me. I don't like it as much. So whatever. But speaking of retail arbitrage, Theresa, we were just talking about how the video that we did with you doing retail arbitrage is like my most watched video. Even today, it's like every day people are watching it. I get comments on it all the time. And it gets over like 11,000 views. So, I know that you're still going to continue to do it some. It's like you say you dabble in it, but it is something that you do begrudgingly. And I like doing the shopping part of it. So next time we are in the same city together, whether it's here in Vegas or if we come visit you in Arizona, we definitely need to do another video where we go out to Ross and Burlington and Marshalls, because I like doing it. I think it's fun.
There's a new Burlington that opened up not too far from me that I haven't been to yet. So
ooh.
I probably won't wait for you.
Yeah, probably not. But we'll have to do that again, because I do like doing it for eBay. I don't like doing it for Amazon. But I do. That is where I don't do a lot of thrifting of shoes, but I do buy a lot of shoes. But I do it all through Ross and Burlington mainly. And I sell it on eBay. So
okay. Susie Beach wants to know what's the scanner name. So I use the. Oh, you know what? I have it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, I think the one that you have isn't available anymore. That specific one. It's like a newer model. I actually have a link down in this video, because I have like a list of different things we've gotten. I actually have a link to, here's the updated version of what Theresa has.
So but you can get it, because I just gave a link to somebody in Facebook on eBay. So like they'll try. This is a KDC 200i, I think is what it's called. And so
oh, you told me it was KDC 50. That's why I was having problems.
Oh, it was $50. I bought this for $50. They're hard to find for $50. Now they're 200 to 300. It's KDC 200i. And so here's my setup that I really like. So this is my sourcing case, and it just fits over my beloved eBay case that I got. Now, when I go sourcing, I don't like to have my eBay case on. People freak out. But and I got this from somebody, another Facebook group. It wasn't my idea. But I snapped this case on. This is a harder plastic case. And then that Velcro. And then I Velcro this on, so that when I go to, and I use a Scan Power app. I like the Scan Power app. When I go to scan, the scanner goes here, the app's on the phone, and then I can do it with one hand. And then this thing is a lanyard. So I have it connected to my things, because all you have to do is walk away and leave this on the shelf once. And so when I source, I have it like this. And then it's really quick release. And then if I need to get, into the tags or whatever, but I always make sure I put it back on here, because you don't want to go away leaving your phone. So that's my tether.
Okay.
But,
so the link that I just checked, the link that I have, it's down at the very bottom. If you look in the description, you have to expand it. It's at the very bottom. It is the link to the same one. It's like over $200 on Amazon. So just click on the link, go look at it, and you can see which one it is. But I'm assuming you could find it probably cheaper somewhere else, or shop around for it if you need it. But
shop around for it. I saw. I looked for them on eBay. You can look for them on, used in, like, if it's somebody like me that wasn't going to be reselling anymore, you sell it on eBay. But, you can find them. I think the one that I just linked to somebody in the boss group last week, she got it for $75. And I told her it didn't have a cable. The cable were like, I don't know, $6 or $7. And so, but the next cheapest one was $230. So you can find them. Just keep an eye out for them.
Okay. And can you say again what the app is that you use?
I use the Scan Power app.
Scan Power app.
Yeah. So there's a lot of them out there. Scan Power, I think, has different tiers. They have a free tier if you just want to scan. And if you're going to do this for Q4, sign up for Scan Power, scanpower.com now, because they will restrict free accounts in Q4, just so that their paid members don't have any slowdown during Q4. They did that last year. I don't know if they'll do it this year again. Look at Alexis with all the answers. You go, girl.
I know. She's so helpful. You're so helpful, Alexis. Okay, so let's get into, I wanted to talk really quick about, of course, the glitches that happen here and there on eBay. We've been dealing with them and stuff. And for a while now, we've been telling people to go, anytime they have like an issue or a problem with their account or a glitch, that they need to be going to eBay for Business, the Facebook page, and messaging them there. But we have better information now. Theresa has a better way for you guys to make sure that because we want to be reporting this every single time. Every single time you have a problem or a glitch or something, you need to be reporting it to eBay. They need to know this information so they can work on it, so they have a better grasp of how widespread a problem is. And so, Theresa, tell us, what should we be doing when we have a problem?
Okay, so there's nothing wrong with going to eBay for a business Facebook page and sending questions in, because you talk to Audrey and Audrey says yes, do that. So that there's nothing wrong with that. They're customer service people and everything, and they can get you answers. But do you want me to do let me do my screen share.
Okay.
So let's see. Am I screen sharing?
Hey, look, I'm on your screen.
Not anymore. Okay. So can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. So doing that whole Facebook thing is fine, but on every page up, there's a comments or feedback. So, and the reason that I advocate for this way, you can do both, but at least do this way. So when I was trying to edit the custom field in here and the stuff wasn't sticking, like I did this yesterday and it wouldn't. So I tried to do my location, box 42, and then I put in a 665, how much I think. When I was trying to do this and try to save it and it wasn't saving, so it saved now. What I did was I went up to this comments, and it'll pop up. Sometimes it'll pop up a window like this. Sometimes it'll pop up an email. I prefer the email one better just because it gives you the different options. So I always do, I'm very satisfied with this. Sometimes I'll do these. Sometimes I'll skip. Sometimes I just go down here and just say, hey, the edit field on the edit option on the custom field won't save correctly. Okay, and then I'll do my email down here, and then I'll hit send, and it'll go in. And so then if you have, so what I like about that is the team that works on this page is the one that gets those emails, and they get them constantly. The team looks at them all the time. I've worked with these teams, and they tell me that they have meetings each week if a bunch of people have sent in a comment about the same issue, then that kind of moves it up on the priority list. And so what was the other one? Another thing that, let's just do, what's another thing that was an issue? I just want to show that, let's just go something over here. So if you go over here, comments, see up here in the upper right-hand corner?
Yep.
So if you're having issue with that page, here it is again. But they're all different, and this would go to whatever team is responsible for that page. And so whatever, every page has this. Sometimes, what's the page? Oh, let's go to marketing, promoted listing. I think, see how it has this help? Promoted listing has it over here as a tab. Give us feedback. So I gave them some feedback yesterday. What was it? Create a new campaign. I think my feedback yesterday on this one was, put my store categories in alphabetical order. So all I did, so it's just an easy suggestion. Give us feedback. I'll put something here. Some of these are required. And this was a new feature for this page. So I'll just provide other feedback, and then I type in here what it is that I'm trying to do, and my suggestion for making it better. So every page should have one, and so I just encourage people to submit that first. The team's going to get it quickly. And how do I change back now?
You should be able to see where it says stop sharing at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Anyway, so the team gets it. So on one of these days, I was really frustrated because I'd just gone to Williams and I'd spent 2.5 days doing inventory, and I wanted to update my inventory, and that custom field wasn't saving. So I'm usually pretty, I don't sweet coat stuff, but I don't go in there and with a lot of venom and say, this is stupid and this is blah, blah, blah. But I think I was a little more grumpy than I normally am, and I submitted it, and probably within 5 minutes, Tuan, who is the director of product management, and I kind of understand what her title is, but not really. Like, she's responsible for several teams, and I know that Seller Hub is under her team. Now I know her. I've met her. I've worked with her. She responded immediately telling me that, you know, sorry, this is happening. The team's working on it. We should have a solution in the next day or two. She copied somebody on her team and said, hey, Joe, when you have this fixed, please let Theresa know. Now, everybody's not going to get that kind of service. But my point in saying that is that they look at it and they don't wait and look at everything once a month. Like, these emails come in real time and people are looking at them. And so if you want the issue to get fixed and get the team to notify it, that's probably the fastest way.
Yeah. Well, I'm hearing you want to put your headphones on because I'm hearing my playback. Maybe you need to mute the video. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, wait, my video is muted.
Because I'm hearing in my headphones my own voice.
Okay.
It's driving me crazy. Okay, I can't hear it now. All right. So yeah, I think what I would suggest is anytime you have any kind of problem on the site, hit that comments thing, send them feedback, because a lot of times it's not something that's big enough for you to feel like, oh, I got to call eBay or I got to get in touch with eBay for business. So every time you should be doing that. If it's something bigger, like all of our pictures disappear, or something that's like really affecting your business, and it's like you want to get some customer service around it, I would still do the comments thing, but then also connect with eBay for business and see if they can help you, because a lot of times it could come down to, depending on how big of an issue it is, they might do something to help you out, whether compensate you in some way or whatever. But anyway, hey, we've got Thrifting Nomads in the chat, you guys. What is up, Thrifting Nomads? Hey, I have it in my notes. I even have it in my notes to talk about you guys. So Will and Jenny, I don't know, Theresa, I don't know if you follow them on Instagram. But they're like this really awesome couple. They're super adorable. They've got the cutest kids. They're actually I think they're in Southern California. But anyway, they're on Instagram, but they just started a YouTube channel. Like, literally just put their first video up, I think yesterday, day before. Anyway, yeah, they say hola. So I want to tell you guys, you should go and subscribe, because I think they only have like a little over 100 subscribers right now, which is awesome already. But they got their first video up, which is a super cool video of them going out and thrifting. But I'm going to put their channel in the chat right now, and you guys should totally go and follow them if you want to be on the ground level of a new channel. Especially like if you have kids, if you have a family and you want to follow like a couple that are doing the whole reselling thing while raising a family.
A crazy couple that went to garage sales for like 12 hours on Saturday. Like, what up with that? By 11 a.m., I'm like, okay, I'm over this. I'm so bored.
Yeah, it's crazy. And they have like great tips on like how to get your kids to behave themselves while you're out thrifting, like giving them rewards so that they'll let you do your job. You go out and do fun stuff afterwards. But anyway, Will and Jenny, super awesome. I'm really excited that they have, they're just starting their YouTube channel. I think it's going to be a really fun one. Their first video is already a great one, which, I know from my own personal experience, sometimes it takes a while to like get into your groove. So I actually think that they're off to a great start. So definitely go and subscribe. And not only that, they are actually the first people that have taken me up on my challenge. They're going to do some sort of inventory intervention. So they say they're going to have a video coming up soon. So that's going to be really exciting. I'm excited to see that. Theresa, you're going to do it too, aren't you? With your hopefully with your meetup group.
Yeah, so I have a meetup group meeting tonight. For anybody that's in the Phoenix area, look us up on Facebook, EVs, EVIES. And so we are local Phoenix area, but we have people come from, Barbara comes from Peoria, which is about an hour north. And they come from all over. We meet in Tempe. And so, yeah, so I posted it in my EVs Facebook group, and a lot of people saw it. A couple people liked it. Nobody commented. So I'll talk about it more at the meeting tonight.
Yeah, that's awesome. And for anybody who doesn't know, we just put a video out a couple days ago. It was our inventory intervention that we did with Dorothy, who's in the boss group. And basically we went and helped her sort through a whole bunch of unlisted inventory because she was kind of overwhelmed. It was at a point where she didn't know where to start with it. And so we did that. And then I put out a challenge yesterday to other YouTubers, to other resellers. It really doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you have a platform or not. Just, going out and putting together a team of people and helping another reseller sort through their death piles, money piles, cash piles, whatever you want to call them. It's all about helping each other out. And so I put the link to the videos down below if you want to check those out. But also, I did want to say there were a couple people in the Boss Facebook group, Theresa, I don't know if you saw, They're from South Orange County, California, and I'm sure I'm going to mess their names up. Cynthia Liljeblad, she's got like a crazy name, and Ella Menendez. They're two different resellers that are in the South Orange County area in California, and they're both like super excited about the idea of helping out another reseller. They say they both, I don't think they know each other. They just happen to be from the same area, but they were offering their help. So if there's somebody who lives in that area, you guys should be in the Boss Facebook group. I think it would be awesome if this like takes off as like a new thing, people getting together to help out other resellers, because it was like a day out of our lives to go and work for 7 hours at somebody else's house, and I'm sure that we made a huge difference.
I was gonna say, yeah, one day out of your life, 7 hours, 5 friends, and it made a huge difference in Dorothy's life. Like, she's on it, she's got a game plan, and I love. See, you don't get Amazon sellers wanting to do this. Like, Amazon sellers are all protective of what they're selling, and yeah, that was awesome. And I saw your Instagrams, I saw your video. Like, she had some awesome stuff. No,
she did, and she had an amazing house too, because she does like all of a lot of her stuff. She goes to like the auction house here in the Vegas area, and so if you look at that video, she's got tons of crazy artwork all over the house. It's a beautiful house, and then she had like all kinds of great unlisted stuff, unlisted inventory. But even better, Theresa, I'm sure you were like super envious of her shipping room, like her room where she works, her office. It's like really well organized. She has like all her packaging material. She has like, I swear she pretty much bought all the rest of the old school eBay tape because she had like 5 million rolls of it.
Okay, but did you see my link? That they're still selling that tape. It's still active in the on eBay. I think that we all thought, because I did too, I bought a bunch of eBay tape. I think we thought it was going away, but it's not.
Ah, okay. All right. But anyway, I do challenge everybody to, first of all, go watch the video. And then seriously, like, form your own group, whether you're part of a meetup group or you just know some other sellers from your area. I guarantee you there's somebody around you who is in dire need of some help. You get to the point, some sellers, where they're so overwhelmed by the unlisted stuff that they have that it makes it hard to even make the next move. And it can be really frustrating, and it can kind of like take the wind out of your sails. So yeah.
So your video has, I should be the intervention person. So your video, I've been working on my office, but you can't see it. Let me see if I can move my camera. I've got this shelf. Where's that? There's my TV. Can you see that shelf? It doesn't have the boxes on it because I filled the boxes up. They're now in the garage. But I'm working on this. My goal is to get this room organized and, better situated, and I'll get there. I don't work on it 7 hours a day because I'm trying to do other things. But if I had one good day in here, I could knock it out. So
yeah, and I think joking aside, it's like I don't think you need any kind of intervention because you have that forward momentum. You kind of know where you want to go with it. It's like
I'm not overwhelmed. I'm not, and I think that's the
difference.
Yeah,
I think it's like I talk about those resellers who are just like they've gotten to the point where they're just completely debilitated and unable to move, because it's like you just get to this point where it just feels so difficult, and not knowing where to go. It's like you're a deer, stuck in the headlights, like you're just not sure. So
yeah, and I haven't really bought anything I've purchased shoes in the last year plus, but in the last year I haven't gone. I've done a little bit of retail arbitrage for Halloween and Christmas after the fact, but other than that, I'm not a big thrifter. I don't like to shop, so that makes it a lot easier because I'm not spending my time out shopping, bringing more stuff in.
Yeah, so, for sure. All right, guys. Thrifting Nomads. I see that Thrifting Nomads have gained like 8 subscribers. I feel like it should be more than that. I feel like you guys are slacking off. So we've got over 100 people watching right now. I just put the channel back up. I just linked it back in the chat. So if you are not subscribed to them right now, go ahead and subscribe. I'm serious. They are super fun, super silly, really adorable couple, really nice. And I think that their journey is going to be a really interesting one to follow. And it's always fun when you get to be like one of the first subscribers on the channel, and then you get to see it grow. So check them out.
Okay, so I saw somebody ask a question, is Bobby McGee's still in Tempe? Not that I know of. I think Bobby McGee's is nowhere, anywhere. And then somebody said they were originally from California, Santa Fe Springs. I am a California girl. I am from the Torrance, Gardena area. And I say Gardena because nobody's from Gardena, except that I found 2 eBay peeps a year ago when I was at eBay, 2 people that were from Gardena, and we became instant friends. So
Awesome.
there's and whoever, I don't remember. I'll go back and look at the boss group who those people are in Southern California. But I worked at UC Irvine for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years before I moved to Arizona. So I know the Orange County. That's not Southern Orange County though, but
yeah. Okay, so let's get into the real reason that
somebody know Victoria Smith knows Gardena. How do you know Gardena, Victoria? And San Pedro, okay, that my peeps are in the house. I met Jenny in Gardena. What? See, that's what I love about thrifting nomads, that they're in my other part of town, or my other part of the world. Okay,
so Will met Jenny in Gardena, so it's like a love story there.
I know, I love it. So okay, shout out to Chapman Elementary on Compton Boulevard that now is green because it wasn't good to be called Compton Boulevard. I used to live right there. Okay, one last shout out for Gardena, okay? Anybody remember Lucci's Market on Compton and Gramercy? Okay, torpedo sandwiches in the yellow wrapper with red writing. That's all I'm going to say. I'm just leave it right there. They have a Lucci's now in Huntington Beach, but I haven't been there. So,
interesting. All right. If it's not tacos, I don't care, Theresa.
I got to find a good taco place in this area for you.
Oh, there's got to be something good there. I mean, you're in Arizona.
I just haven't been. You know, you turned me on to the whole taco thing, standing in 115-degree heat for an hour in Vegas. When I was all whiny, I mean, I wasn't whiny. I looked grumpy. I don't whine. I just looked grumpy.
You did look a little grumpy.
So anyway, so I got to find something here and test it out before you guys come. So anyway. Hey, wait a minute. Oh, Nanette's, I thought you were in, Nanette's in PV. Yeah, see, we've got some Gardena peeps, the South Bay peeps in the house.
Hold on a second. I got something real good here. I'm going to show you guys. Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to share my screen real quick, and we're going to talk about the first time I took Theresa to her new favorite taco place. This is her stuck outside. Look at that face. It was seriously like 100 and some degrees. I was already inside with my food. I wasn't going to go out. I wasn't going to go outside and like stand with you guys. I was going to stay inside. And here's Christine looking really sad too. And
it's not happy.
It's like all the people outside wishing they were inside with us eating tacos.
Okay, let me just tell you, the inside wasn't much cooler.
No, it really wasn't. But here's the thing. So our friends, we had Trish and Diane with us, and Trish felt really, really bad. And Trish was like, she's like, we got to go. Let's just go tell them we'll take them somewhere else. And I'm like, no, whatever. They can wait, because I'm super empathetic, obviously. But you know what? It ended up being Theresa's place that she loves. And she was there the very next day. She brought some eBay peeps over there. And luckily the line wasn't as bad that next time.
Yeah, it was Sunday after the show. And so we took them there. And yeah, it was awesome the second time because you kind of knew what was going on. And I wasn't grumpy, but we were talking about leaving and go finding something else. But I'm like, I am not a quitter. I'm here. It wasn't just standing outside. It's like the map app took us to the Flamingo Hotel instead of where that taco place
really was. Weird. Better Barbie says, is that El Gordo? Yes, that is El Gordo Taco. That's El Gordo, Tacos El Gordo. And actually, I liked it there. It is right on the strip. I wouldn't go there very often because I do prefer Taco y Taco. But that's kind of the thing. People in the Vegas area, it's like you're either Taco y Taco or you're Tacos El Gordo. El Gordo I liked. Theresa likes it better. I'm all about the Taco y Taco.
They were kind of the same thing.
Yeah, kind of. So Taco y Taco has like the corn and all that stuff. So it's really close to where I live. Okay, so seriously, we're going to get into. You came on today, Theresa, mainly to talk about the whole payments thing. What's going on with that? Tell us what you want to tell us about it.
Okay, so all this talk and speculation about the payment thing makes me crazy because there's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of things going, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I don't like this. And blah, blah, blah. And I get it. Change is hard. But here's the thing. We're all going to have to do this by 2020. So whining and complaining about not getting your payouts for 2 to 3 days, or whatever the issue is. There's a lot of people out there saying, oh, this is going to be this, and it's going to be that, and it's going to be this. And here's the thing. The beta program hasn't even started yet. So I think that we're going to have some links in the bottom for some eBay official pages to find out the official information. I rewatched.
Yeah, I can add that if you send me the links to it.
I sent you the links.
Did you? When'd you send them to me?
I'll send them again.
Send them again.
Facebook. Anyway, so I rewatched a interview with Scott and Bob and one other person in March, where they initially talked about this. And so here's the thing. So I love this about eBay, and I keep saying this to people that are like, somebody posted something. Are you going to do this opt-in? No, never. Rake and Profit in the house. Smash the
Rake and Profit. Not only is he in the house, he just threw down a $1.99 super chat to get people to smash that. He's always about smashing the like button. I'm more about the delicately tap it, but he's into smashing it. So what's up, Rake? And hey, Steve, thanks for the super chat. So now I gotta do the super chat song. I'm gonna go old school. I'm gonna go super chat, super chat, super chat.
We like the old school.
Yeah, we like the old school. Now, if Vicky was here, I'd be like super chatting right into her face. But since she's not, I got to end it with the.
There you go. That works.
Thank you.
so anyway, so with this whole new payment plan, I'm all in. Now, there are some things you can do international shipping through Q4. You have to ship yourself, which I already do, so that's not an issue for me. I get where people are a little concerned with all the eBay glitches. I get that. I understand it. I think it's a valid concern. But I'm going to do it anyway. I was going to say I'll take one for the team, but I don't feel like I'm taking one for the team. I feel like I'm getting in on something. I think this is a huge positive move for eBay. And I don't think people understand. So when you go and you buy something on Target.com, or you buy something on Walmart.com or Amazon, what do? You type in your credit card information and you buy your stuff, or you do Apple Pay, or sometimes I like sites that have PayPal as an option. Why? Because I'm too lazy to go get my credit card and type it in, and I know what my PayPal email address is, and I know my PayPal password. So in 2020, when this is all rolled out, those will be the options. We learned that Apple Pay is going to be an option. We learned that from Bob Cuppins at Open. And then when it does roll out, PayPal will be an option for buyers to pay.
And that's the thing. It's like, so one of the things that people are talking about is, oh, they're taking away PayPal. They're not. So the bottom line is the destination where we're going to get to in 2020, PayPal will definitely be an option. I'm super excited about Apple Pay being an option as well, because I think Apple is like half of all smartphones are their Apple phones. So I'm excited about that. I am not going to be opting into the early beta, but that's just because I don't feel like I'm a good fit for it. And they sent out, invitations to all the buyers or all the sellers that they thought would be good fits. I didn't get an invitation. I'm not going to push for one, because I personally, just for me, I don't want to be in the first little beta program, because I do a lot of international sales. I do all my own shipping, but there are some issues where you're only going to be able to do international sales if they buy from the .com site, which is fine. I just know that a good amount of my sales happen on the other sites. And I just don't want to mess with that. And I know for you, Theresa, you do make a significant income through Amazon as well. So it's not as risky necessarily for you to go in and take on something like this. For me, it's just, yeah. So I had 6 packages go out today, and 3 of them were international. I've had 9 international sales within the last week.
How do you know that your sales aren't on the .com, your international sales aren't on the .com? Because I wanted to look that up, and I didn't know how to do that.
I don't know how to look it up, but there have been a couple of times. Anytime if they open a case, and you need to go in and respond to the case, you know how you go and you're like, you'll see the details. It will, if it's sold on a different site, it will take you to eBay France, or it'll take you to eBay UK. And that happens. That's happened to me multiple times. So I know that some of my sales do come from that. And so I just don't want to, I personally am not ready to take that on. But that's nothing against the beta program. It just means I'm not a good fit for it.
Right. So let me, there's a couple questions in the group and I haven't really addressed them yet, but I want to make sure that before they scroll past. So, will these options cost less for us? Yes. And I meant to look it up. I think that the fee is going to be 2.9%. But we will not have 2.9% is a typical merchant fee for any online site when you use a credit card. It's a merchant fee if you go into the store. My mom had a quilt store for 17 years, and anytime somebody came in with their MasterCard or Visa, and we did the old-fashioned way with the carbon copy and ran it through the machine, when my mom deposited those, she was charged more than 3%. I think her merchant fee was like 5%. And so we will be charged a fee to use credit cards like you are on every site, but there will not be that 30 cents per transaction PayPal fee anymore, which has made me crazy for years. Now, somebody else, the Saint said, I will lose customers in 2020 because I will only allow PayPal payments. I don't think you get an option. I think that eBay is going to the way of every other online platform. eBay is the only one that limits payment options to PayPal. You want this. You want everybody to have several options to pay you.
My question is, why would you only allow PayPal? I really am curious because I don't see why you would want to limit people's ability to give you money. Like, as an online seller, it's like my whole philosophy of remove all obstacles. I want to do everything possible to make it as easy as possible for anyone who wants to buy from me to give me their money. I want your money. I want you to give it to me. And I want to have as many hands out as possible to you. I don't want just one little tiny hand over here that's like, give me some PayPal. I want all these people over here to give me their money too. So I'm not really sure what, I feel like a lot of times, this is without knowing your answer. Oh, the State says, I want the protection of PayPal.
eBay will protect you.
eBay gives you that protection. Yeah. Honestly, eBay gives, I feel like eBay today gives better protection than PayPal does. PayPal does give you protection, but when we have a situation where, 6 months out, somebody can say that they didn't receive something and you no longer have valid tracking information, even though PayPal had that tracking information. I do not understand how this is possible. eBay, when I ship something to somebody, the tracking number automatically goes into PayPal. PayPal literally has that tracking number that tells them it was delivered. And as soon as 90 days are up and the U.S. Postal Service gets rid of that tracking because they're done with it, somebody can open a case and the PayPal's like, well, you don't have tracking information that shows it's delivered. It is ridiculous. So the PayPal protection that you think you have, you have it for a certain amount of time and then it goes away. So to me, once we're only going through eBay, that's no longer going to be an issue because that's just not going to happen anymore. So
yes. So I agree. # remove all obstacles. Just make it easy for people to pay you. And, I like the idea that PayPal will be an option. So what I'm curious is right now, I'm going to take my Q4 sales from last year, which were low because my store was on basically automatic pilot, but I'm going to compare it to this year. Last year I only had PayPal. Let's see how many Q4 new buyers I get because they don't have to sign up for a PayPal account. So I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of friends and family that will send me an email and say, hey, I found this on eBay. Will you buy it for me? I don't have PayPal. And I do it because I have people that just refuse to sign up for PayPal. And I try to tell them that, I signed up for PayPal in the year 2000. I have never had one issue with it. Yeah. But people just don't want to do it.
Now, and that's where my whole remove all obstacles comes into play because I want everybody. I want the percentage of people who only want to pay with Apple Pay, and now we're going to get them. I want, even if it's only 2% of people that will only pay with PayPal. I mean, I don't know what that percentage is, but I personally know people who only buy stuff on eBay strictly because they can pay with PayPal. So it is true. If PayPal wasn't an option, there are some people who wouldn't shop there anymore. I mean, that's just a fact. How many it is, I don't know, but with the remove all obstacles philosophy, the idea is that by having every single option, which is where we're going to be in 2 years, you hopefully are building up a higher sales volume. And that's what I want. I want everything.
Yeah. So somebody says, yes, Victoria Smith says you don't have to have a PayPal account to pay through PayPal. I understand that. You understand that. But a new buyer doesn't understand that. So more often than not, they click off the site because it's like, oh, I can't just put in this. I can't do this. Like, they don't want to go through that extra step. It's not familiar to them. It's familiar to us because we've been doing it for 18 years. And the Saint says multiple payment options, multiple issues. Wait for it. Yeah, you know, maybe, maybe not. But I mean, I buy stuff on Target and Walmart and Amazon. I don't have issues there. I don't understand why people just automatically assume there's going to be a ton of issues.
And the thing is, there's going to be issues no matter what. But that doesn't, you know how you can avoid every single issue that ever comes with being a reseller? Don't be a reseller. Like, that's the only 100% protection you have from anything that could possibly go wrong. So if you want to be a reseller, you have to accept the fact that there are going to be issues. And yes, you could be one of those brick and mortar businesses that only accepts cash. And there are some out there, and they're successful to a certain degree, but they're still limiting their ability to sell their product because they're telling people you can only pay with cash, or you can only pay with this credit card. So you have to take some of the issues along the way. And to me, we're going to have less issues by having all of our payment stuff go through eBay. I mean, I just think that it's going to be, we're only going to have one place to go. Like as it is right now, somebody opens a case on eBay, you win your case, and then they go and they open a case on PayPal, and you got to go deal with that. And it's like, that shouldn't happen. You should only have to deal with it one time. So
yeah. So Colleen asked, besides global shipping, is there any downfall to the new pay at this time? So a lot of people are grumbling about the fact that, you know, when somebody buys something and you get your money in, somebody buys something for $50, you get your $50 in your PayPal account, that money is available to you immediately. And so when you go to pay for your shipping to ship that item, you already have the money in your PayPal account to ship it. So with the new payment option, it's going to take it's probably like every other platform on, if you sell on Etsy or Bonanza or Amazon, you know, some people on Amazon, you have to wait 2 weeks to get your payout. And so people are complaining about that and, you know, throwing, oh my gosh, I'm not going to do this. And I get it. It's just, you just have to adapt and adjust. And if you are working on those thin of margins, you need to figure out a way to increase your margins. If you don't have $100 to put in your PayPal account to pay for postage, then you need to work on it. You have 2 years. Work on getting some money set aside. And if somebody pays through using PayPal on eBay, you're going to have that money in your PayPal account. But
right. And Violet Lemon says it'll be an adjustment for sure because buyers are used to using PayPal. PayPal is not going away. PayPal is only going away for a limited amount of time and only for the sellers who are participating in this first phase of the beta program. Otherwise, buyers are not going to see any difference. They're going to be able to buy stuff on eBay. They're going to be able to use PayPal. 2 years from now, 5 years from now, they'll still be able to use PayPal. It's just that there's going to be other options. And so I think for the buyers, that they're going to see the least amount of change. They're probably not even going to be aware that there's like anything that's changed because they're still going to be able to enter in credit card information or PayPal or whatever. So it shouldn't be a problem. And as far as the waiting, like I saw on Etsy, and it's like somebody buys something from me, and I usually it's like the next day, if not maybe 2 days later, that it's already deposited in my checking account. And here's the thing, I get that it's like annoying and it's great getting that money immediately. Like that's awesome. However, we're running businesses, and not to sound harsh, but you need to be at a point, you don't want to be running a business where if you don't get that immediate payment for that one item today, you can't function as a business. Like that's not a healthy business if you are dependent on having an immediate payment that moment. If you can't wait a day or 2 days to get your payments, then you're probably skating on a little bit too thin of ice when it comes to running your business.
Yeah. So the Saint says eBay glitches better get fixed before this transaction or the whining will begin. Here's the thing. eBay, yes, we all know eBay's not happy about the glitches. It happens. These things happen. There are different teams, different glitches. They're changing a lot on the platform. eBay is not a simple, easy platform. It's very complicated. And, but you know, hey, they're a tech company. They should figure this out. You're right. They should. This is 2 years down the road before it's going to roll out to everybody. And so I'm I'm all in. I love beta testing things. I love filling out surveys. I love giving my opinion. I have lots of ideas and suggestions. I love change. I love to figure out how to streamline and automate processes and make things better. So I am all in on this. I've never even wavered. My international sales are about 25 or 27%. Even if when I thought I couldn't ship international, I was still going to do this. But I think that my international, it'll be interesting to see if international sales pick up for me doing this because I don't have just PayPal. So I'm gonna take stats. I'm gonna keep notes, and we'll see. I'll probably do some more feedback on what's going on with my account and see how things are going. But
and you know me, like normally I am totally with you, and I'm like 100%. I'll try anything out. Free returns, I immediately turn that on. I'm all about it. It's just in this case for me, it's because 90% of my income right now, I'm working on changing that, but 90% of my income is coming from eBay. I just can't go, when in the last 12 months, I've done like $20,000 in international sales. I can't go into fourth quarter trying something different it could very well be that it turns out that I missed out on making more money because Apple Pay is a thing. That might be true, but I can't go into that without having more information. I just can't, and I can't afford to experiment at this point. And so I'm okay with waiting. It's just going to have to be okay for me to have to wait.
Here's what I keep saying. Isn't it great that eBay gives us a choice? You don't get a choice on Amazon. You don't get a choice on how it's going to be done on Posh or Mercari. So I love that eBay's giving us a choice. And here's the other thing. So I was talking with the payment group. I had a meeting with them at Open, and it was actually very interesting and eye-opening because, I always want to know the process and I want to know the whys, but I think it's part of my background and operations. And here, eBay, if there's one thing that eBay has is data. They have more data on users or sellers and buyers and anything than anybody. They were telling me about this process that they've really weeded through seller data and looked through it and all this sort of stuff. So my thought is if you get the email to opt in, eBay has already looked at your, like if you sell way too much stuff and you're all through GSP, and if your international sales are, 40%, eBay's probably going to decide this probably isn't a good fit for you to be the beta tester. So, and like Katie said, she didn't get the email. So if you get the email, really forget all this hogwash that you've heard all over the internet and all over Facebook about people that don't really know. If you got the email, really sit down and think about it. Now, I know Nanette Zupon got the email, and we were chatting back and forth because she's usually, like you, Katie, she's usually all in, I'm going to go for this. And as of my last conversation with her, she has decided not to go in to do the beta. And so, but she really gave it some meaningful thought, and she didn't base it on what everybody else was saying. And so, I like, okay, only she knows what's best for her business. And, I appreciate that she gave it a lot of thought and reasoning in her own mind. So if you got an email, don't just go by what you read in these Facebook groups that are negative Nellies. And yeah, eBay has glitches. We're all a little nervous about it right now. But, if you got the email, think about taking advantage of this offer because eBay weeded you out of 171 million active users on the site and thought you would be a good fit. Now, somebody else in the chat just said about the 25% final value fee for Q4. Be careful about that because that is only an option for those sellers that are in the beta program that were at Open. So that's if you opt in and you were not at Open, you will not get that 25% final value fee. Don't make that be your choice whether you participate or not participate.
Yeah, because that's really not going to. It's a nice little. It's a nice little thing, a gesture, but it's not going to make either you think that your business is going to do well with it or it's not, and it's going to probably be a bigger difference than a 25% discount.
So if you sell something that you have a $3 fee on, you're going to get a 75-cent discount. So yeah, not that big of a deal. I mean, it's nice. I appreciate it. I'm glad, I'd still do it if they didn't have it, but it's not going to make that big of a deal. difference.
Yeah, and like I say, with the whole like 10% fee, discount that we already get, no seller should ever be making business decisions based on whether or not they're going to get that 10% discount. That shouldn't be why you are making decisions about how you run your business. So
Colleen says, I can still ship internationally, but not through GSP. That is correct. You can still do international shipping, but you have to ship it yourself. And so those are the two big things. You can still do international shipping. You just have to ship it yourself. And on your listings, when you opt in for this beta, PayPal will not be an option.
Yeah.
So those are the two biggest things. And then
that's one thing where I'm like, I do wish we had the data. I wish we knew how many sales are just PayPal, not credit cards through PayPal, but literally people paying with their PayPal accounts. Because it would just be nice to know that.
So here's the thing that I don't know that data is any good, because I generally have a PayPal balance. I don't even I transfer my PayPal money when I think about it, but I always opt to do, if I'm making a big purchase, I will clear out my PayPal balance and do it so I can get the points on my credit card. I mean,
that's true.
So people that do play credit card games, we do that kind of stupid stuff.
Yeah, I guess that's true, because there's probably, that wouldn't tell you how many people only use PayPal.
What I'm most excited about is Apple Pay, because more than 50% of eBay's transactions are now done on a mobile device.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you can do Apple Pay without thinking about what your credit card number is and how to put that, I'm all for people doing that.
Yeah. Ginger Duck says, how do you do international shipping without using the eBay program? I'm assuming you're referring to Global Shipping Program, GSP. You can do your own international shipping. I actually have, if you go back, you can see there's a show I did where I talk about setting up business policies as well as international shipping. You can just set, just like you do domestic shipping, you can set up the option to do your own international shipping. You can set it up. I like having it set up as calculated. It makes it easier, especially if you're using business policies, having calculated shipping. And then it automatically charges whatever, whoever the buyer is in whatever country, automatically charges them the right amount for shipping depending on the weight. So that's how I do it. Oh, I did want to say, there was one thing I wanted to say about international shipping. So we've talked before about doing insurance, and Theresa, I know you insure some of your stuff over a certain dollar amount. My kind of threshold is usually about $100. If I have something that's going for about $100 and it's going to another country, particularly if it's a country that I know does not have reliable delivery confirmation. So like if I'm shipping something to the UK and it's $200, I feel pretty good about it because I always get delivery confirmation. They scan it when it gets delivered. So I'm not worried about it. But otherwise, I do like to buy my insurance. But I've been using, I think I've always said like, oh, I use ShipSaver. I want to say, guys, I've now had 2 terrible experiences with ShipSaver. And the thing that's really bad about it is not only did I have a problem, because it was like, basically I was trying to buy a label. It was something that was over 5 pounds or over 4 pounds. So the label ended up being like $55 or something like that. Plus I needed to buy insurance. And it gave me this weird thing where it was like, you've reached your purchase, like default purchase limit, spending limit. And it said I needed to contact their support to be able to get that increase. This happened to me twice. Okay, guys. Let me tell you, talking about bad customer service, there's no phone number you can call for ShipSaver. The only thing you can do is send them an email, or you send it through like where you contact it, you send like a message. They don't have their own customer service. They go through Zendesk. You have a problem, it's gonna be a few days before you hear back. Maybe. Again, no phone number to call. And the way it works, you have to deposit money into your account there before you can purchase a label. So I'm sitting there, they've got $60 of my money. I can't buy the label I need to buy. I have to go buy it somewhere else and spend another $60 to get it. And I'm still waiting to hear from them. And so this has happened twice now. I requested that they just close my account. I want my money back. I'm actually getting mine now through Fit Shipper that I use for my cubic shipping. They do insurance. You can also do it through Pirate Ship. I don't know. What do you use, Theresa?
I use ShipSaver, but basically because it was an app on the eBay thing and I started doing it years ago, the only thing I ever use ShipSaver for is I just shipped a bolt of fabric that I sold for $175. It went to the States, but $175, I thought if it gets messed up in a machine or something, and for $175 plus the 20-something to ship it, it was for like $191 in coverage. It cost me $1.71. but it was really easy to do. So
it is really easy. Both times I've had problems, it's been when I've tried to get a label for over $50. So it's like, for something heavier, don't try it, guys, because you're going to get stuck, and then you're going to have to wait days for them to respond to you. Because again, there's no phone number, and I'm like, that's so frustrating, because it's like when you, especially you're trying to buy a label, it's like you need it now. You don't need it tomorrow. You don't need it 2 days from now. You need it now, and there's no number to call. At least I know. I mean, I don't use Pirate Ship. Pirate Ship is free. Fit Shipper, I pay $5 a month for, but I love it. And at least I know if I have a problem, I can message Joshua from Fit Shipper, and he's going to message me right back, and he's going to help me out. Like, I don't have to worry about it. So
yeah, that's true. And it's always good to have several backup plans, because, you know, sometimes I try to use, I ship some international stuff through stamps.com. Sometimes I do it mostly because I can print them on my 4x6 labels. That's how lazy I am. And sometimes if, you know, there's a glitch there, then I can go through PayPal, or I can go through, you know, ShipSaver. I don't ever ship through ShipSaver. I just insure through ShipSaver. So get those accounts set up and get them created so that when you have shipping glitches someplace, you know, sometimes eBay shipping is, when I was working full time and I had to ship on Thursday nights, sometimes I would run into the whole eBay updating site thing, and it would just frustrate me. So that's when I had to get stamps, because I needed an option so that when eBay was down, I don't think that hasn't happened in a long time, but at the time, that's why I started stamps.com. So always have some other shipping options in your back.
Yeah, and I have other options. It's just like I said, the way the system is set up, you have to deposit the money first. It's not like you pay for I don't understand like why they have it set up like that, why they can't just like charge your PayPal account. But it's like you have to deposit money and then you buy your label. But Christiane just like busted out a ShipSaver phone number, which I don't know. I don't know where you got it, Christiane, because they don't put it anywhere on their site as far as I know. So that, I don't know if that's like a magical number you just created here, but that ship has sailed for me. I'm going to go ahead and use Fit Shipper, because I already use Fit Shipper all the time.
Yeah.
I like them. And I didn't have a problem like buying insurance for them. So I'll just keep doing that. But thank you, Christiane, for giving that number. If anybody uses ShipSaver, write that number down, because you might need it in the future.
There you go.
Somebody said, Susan Weir says, I thought I joined Boss, the Facebook group, but can't seem to get into it. Suzanne, go ahead and request to join again. Here's the thing. When we don't really do a whole lot to vet people coming into the group, but we do look to see, like, if somebody has common groups with me, like other reseller groups in Facebook, I'll pretty much automatically add them. But if you're somebody who, like, maybe you aren't in any other groups, or you have your Facebook profile locked down so tight that I can't see anything about you and I don't know who you are, that's the one thing that will usually keep you from being able to get in a group. Or if you're like a member of 3,000 other groups, we just try to like avoid people scamming, like coming in and spamming a bunch of stuff. So try again, and as long as your name, Susan Weirs, if that's your name on Facebook, then I will recognize it and I'll make sure that you get added.
I just looked to see if she was on the waiting list, and she's not. So try again.
Yeah, try again.
Yes, Christiane, you are magical.
She is. She is very magical. All right, so it is Wednesday, which means it's Boss Up on the List Day. I hope all you guys are listing like crazy. You've got some good goals. Teresa, what's your goal for today? What are you doing?
My goal is, I don't know. I kind of got into the office not too long before this started. So once I get going, I'm trying to get some stuff, Halloween stuff listed, and I made a good dent over the weekend, and I got some pictures taken. So there you go. That's my goal today. I'm going to get the rest of my Halloween stuff listed.
Yay! My goal is I have like a bunch of stuff I was thinking about doing pictures today because I have stuff I sourced this last week, but I still have like 28 things I have pictures and measurements for. So I'm going to list 20 things on eBay. I'm going to try and get 20 new things on Etsy, and then I'm going to do my 10, ending my 10 oldest listings and doing sell similar. I want to get that done today because I do want to do a little sourcing tomorrow. So that's kind of my goal today, is to get that part done. So I can go out and do some more sourcing tomorrow, and I'll probably like take pictures either tomorrow or Friday and get everything done. Suzanne says that she's the one who's taking me to tacos in October. Woo woo! I'll take tacos anytime. Awesome. Yeah, go ahead and request again. We'll get you in.
I'm coming to Vegas in October. But you're supposed to come to Phoenix in October.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen. We have a lot of stuff going on. We're going in a couple of weeks here, 2-3 weeks. We're going to go to Michigan. We're going to Grand Rapids for a conference, non-reselling related. But we are hopefully going to be meeting up with Laura Franzica, who is in the Boss Facebook group. And hopefully, I know there's a couple other people. Hip Flippin' Mama is like an hour away. So there's going to be hopefully at least a couple people that we're going to be able to meet up with while we're there, take advantage of the fact that we're in another part of the country. So yes, we got kind of a lot of stuff. We have some other friends who are going to be coming from the East Coast to stay with us at the end of October. So we got a lot of stuff going on in the next couple of months. We'll have to figure out what our schedules look like.
You're not going to make it to Phoenix for the huge community garage sale that we have.
No, because that's like at the end of October, right?
Yeah, it's like the 27th. Well, the 27th is the one for Trilogy. I don't know what the one is for Power Ranch, but
yeah, our friends are going to be here from Rhode Island. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. But we're going to be going to California to go to I don't know what's it called. What's that thing called again that we're going to? I don't know. She's not listening to me. It's like, is it like the Universal Studios or something where they have like all the haunted house stuff or
the Halloween stuff?
Yeah, the Halloween stuff. We're gonna be going to California for that. So
yeah. So what? That's California. I'm in Arizona. I don't care about what you do.
Regs, nobody ships for us when we're gone. We just extend our handling time. So
I have minions that ship for me. Thank you very much.
I wish. Flippin' Particle says, are you going to something when meetup is in? Oh, are we going to? I'm not understanding what you're saying. Meetup is in. Are we going to let people know when a meetup is going on? Well, we're going to be in Grand Rapids, but we're going to be pretty busy. So I don't know that we're doing like any kind of official meetup, but I'm assuming if we're going to figure out like what night we have free, and maybe we'll say like, hey, we're going to be at this place and drinking beers and eating some good food or something like that. We'll let you know. We'll talk about it more when we get closer to it. So
okay, so
hold on a second. What's that? Yeah. Wait. Anyway, Vicky's saying that's not going to happen. We'll figure something out. I don't know what. So she's saying it's not going to happen because hashtag Vicky ruins everything.
So Rag 1602. When and where is the big sale in October? So I only ever go to 2 community sales. One is Power Ranch, where I used to live, and that's in Gilbert, Crossroads, Power, and Queen Creek, and that's at the end of October. And the other one is Trilogy, which is in Gilbert, and that's the other side of Queen Creek at Power and Queen Creek. So I think if you just Google it, if you're in Phoenix area, you need to join my EVs group because we'll post it in there. And a lot of the other people in the EVs group will post community sales. We're just coming up at the end of summer. We don't really have a lot of garage sales in the summer in Phoenix, but in October, that's when they start up again. So, okay. Yeah. So I didn't see Susan in the boss group, but I'll look.
I know. I'm looking right now. Are you sure you're like requesting the right group?
Okay. Type in boss, BOSS, and then dash business for online selling success.
Well, the link is down in the description of this video. So all they have to do is click on the link.
Click on the link. We'll find you. We'll let you in.
We'll find you. Message me if you haven't gotten in yet.
Do a friend request to me, and then I'll just put you in.
Yeah.
Facebook. Anyway.
All right, guys. Let's wrap this up. We had well over 100 of you here in the chat, and it looks like we still do. So thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. If you're not in the Boss Facebook group, go ahead and join it. You can take part in our virtual listing challenge that we have every Wednesday. What's that, Theresa?
Apparently, it's not as easy to join as we thought it was.
Well, that's why I always have the link down below so people can hopefully do it relatively easily.
Keep the videos coming. There, I haven't watched your first video, but I've been watching your Instagram. So awesome. I love it.
Yeah, for sure. And also subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Make sure that you subscribe to Wade's Ventures as well as Thrifting Nomads. Seriously, good content. And thanks again, everybody.
Wait. Because you're not good at this. 111 people are watching. There's only 58 likes. Everybody hit one of those like buttons. Do it now. I'll wait.
Do it now. She's going to wait. We'll wait. We'll just sit here and stare at you.
Okay, come on. I want to see it go up. Okay, it's still 58. You can't sign off until we get to 100. All right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. And we will see you soon. Boss up.
Peace out.